Today I'm going to do the first part of a 2 or 3 part video series on identifying users of your app. Now I started with a new screen and I titled Who's Been Using My App. Next I did a horizontal arrangement and I grabbed it from screen arrangement and dragged it over. Now under the basic palette I needed 2 labels and I dragged them over. One I left blank, the other is user ID, and when I named the labels I named them according to the purpose that they're going to be used for. Then I dragged over a TinyDB and it says there on the bottom, and I renamed it for the purpose that it's used for. Alright, now in the blocks editor you can see the process is fairly simple. First I needed a screen arrangement, so I went under my blocks and I grabbed screen 1, initialize. Then I grabbed a built-in under control, the if else. I popped it in there. Now the first thing I needed was to test something. Now I wanted to test if there's a number in the identified database. So I went under math in the built-in and dragged out is there a number. Then under the database, user ID, TinyDB, I grab user ID, TinyDB value. And then I did under text, I grabbed one of those. Then I typed in user ID. Now I'm going to use this several times, so it's important that you get them all the same in each one, or else the script won't work. Now if there is a number in the TinyDB database, what we need to do then is do this. So I grabbed a user ID label text. You get that under my blocks. You grab it and drag it out. Then you need another TinyDB get value. So you drag that out. And then you take the database name, just like you did before. Now, if there is not a number in the database, it'll do something else. So you grab store value on the TinyDB. Remember, you got the user ID. Then you need a math integer, a random number. So you grab the random integer block, you drag it out, you'll see 2 numbers blocks pop up. And the first number is low, and the second number is high. You see I did 1 million and 10 million because I needed a large number. Next I got another user ID label text, and then a user ID database value, and then user ID. This puts the value of the number chosen at random in the database. And then I did 2 user ID labels, one for each label, and I did true and true to make them visible, or you can do them false to make them hidden. So if you start up your either your emulator or connect to Wi-Fi, my preference because it's a lot faster. So this is what it looks like. User ID, this number. Now you even just close the application and reopen it to get the same number. Now this is very important. This establishes a user ID. Thanks for watching. I'll include a QR image at the end so you can download to your Android device and just try it out for yourself.